Hey, everybody, welcome. We'll just give it one more minute and then we'll get started. I hope everybody is having a wonderful new year so far. I'm really excited that you guys are all here. So I want to thank everybody for being here, for joining us. I'm very, very excited for this, and I hope that you guys are. I hope that you guys really are as well. So in this free masterclass, what we are going to review is how to make 2023 your best romantic year yet. And so I know that usually at the beginning of the new year, we always have these New Year's resolutions that are basically, I want to start dating again, or I want to find love again. I want to put myself back out there. And these are completely understandable New Year's resolutions to have. And as a matter of fact, the first week in January for all of the online dating apps, whether it's Hinge or Tinder or any of these dating apps, the first week of January is when every single year folks have the highest downloads. And that means that people, they're like, you know what, I do want to find love. I want to date. I want to find that special someone. But usually what happens? We all know what happens, right? We get maybe just a really nasty text message of a guy with like the dirty bathroom and he's holding a fish, or he like sends a dick pic or anything like that. And then we're just like, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. This might have been okay when I was 20 or 22, but you know what? I'm 40, I'm 45, I'm 50, I'm 60. I don't have time for this. And then what do? We get disappointed. We just ignore the apps, or we quit our membership or any of that. And then we just resign ourselves to, you know what? Maybe next year. It's not going to happen for me this year. And then we go back and there's this vicious cycle because we want love. We want to have love. We want to meet that special someone. We want to wake up in his arms on a Sunday morning. But then we just get frustrated. We're like, you know what? Maybe my time has gone. Maybe it's too late for me, and maybe I'm going to die alone with 18 cats. And so 2023, I want us to stop that bullshit. I want us to stop that vicious cycle, because I know each and every one of you watching this, whether it's live or whether it's on the on-demand recording afterwards, is completely capable of finding love this year, and is completely capable of attracting strong, incredible, emotionally available, secure partners. But in order to do that, you're going to have to change your approach. And so that is actually what we are going to be looking at during this session, is how are we going to change our approach so we can actually have an absolutely incredible love year this year. So that is what we're doing. So for all of you folks who are watching on the live, as well as in the recording, I have a very simple 3-step formula for you all to use that is going to help you have an incredible, successful year at love. So the first step I have here is, drumroll please, and I know this is going to sound very counterintuitive, but I do not want any of you ladies dating for 4 months. For the first 4 months of this year, I don't want you to go on a single date. And so you're like, well, Martha, that is completely counterintuitive. What is this mumbo jumbo that you're talking about? You literally just told us that this is going to be our year for finding great love and secure love. And now you're telling us that you don't want us to date for 4 months? What gives? Now, obviously, you might think, well, geez, that's convenient that she's actually saying, oh, I don't want her to date, I don't want to date for 4 months, but bear with me. If you give yourself 4 months to get very grounded in the things that you want. So what does that mean? So I don't want you just jumping in willy-nilly. I don't want you downloading any of the dating apps. I don't want you actually going and saying, okay, hey friends, I'm going to go here and everybody set me up on dates. I don't want you guys to actually do any of that. Because when we go in and we just get back out there and we do that with no intention, we do that with no plan, what will happen is you are bound to repeat the same mistakes that you have made in the past, that have made you feel cynical, that have made you feel disappointed, and that have made you give up on love. So here's what we do first. What I want you to do for the first 4 months of this year is get very grounded in dating and what you want dating to look like and what you want that to feel like and how you want to be communicated with and how you want to feel and how you want to have be responded to and all of those different things. I want you to get very grounded in these next 4 months in what you want, what your standards are, and not, oh, he has a cool car and he's 6'2". That's not a standard. You guys, we're grown-ass women. We don't need to worry about that anymore. But getting very grounded in, okay, I want someone who's emotionally available. I want somebody who is honest. I want somebody who has his financial shit in a bag. I want you to get very grounded and very intention-filled on what that looks like. Because if you just go out there willy-nilly and going out on a date with a guy just like looks mildly attractive and you don't know any of those things, any of those standards, that is not going to be a successful dating life. So take this time instead to get grounded on what you want, what your standards are, what your non-negotiables are, what you're available for, what you're non-available for, how you even want dating to fit into your schedule. Because if you're just saying, well, I can't date because I'm too busy and I just have too many things going on, but you actually want true romantic love, how are you going to deconflict that? So take this time, not be distracted by dating, not be distracted by any of these online apps or anything for 4 months. And I want you to do that work on yourself. I want you to really do a deep dig analysis of what has worked for you in the past, what hasn't worked for you in the past. Who did you like, who you were yourself in relationships? What did you give up? What did you sacrifice? What are you not willing to do anymore? So I want you to get very clear on all of that. And if you're not sure how to do that and what that even means, don't worry, you know I've got you and I can help you out on that. In addition to that, for the first 4 months of this year, I want you to fix your shit. And so what does that mean? So there's always this idea of, you know what, my job sucks. You know what, I'm dealing with some health issues, or I'm dealing with some family issues, or I'm dealing with some drama. But you know what, I just know that if I find a nice guy and I find a great guy, that it's going to make all my problems disappear, or it's going to make them a lot better. I really don't think that's fair for you to put all that shit on somebody else. So before we go and date, if there are some deficits that you are dealing with in your non-romantic life, whether that is, I don't feel good where I am financially, fix that. Or I'm having problems with my boss, I want you to fix that. Or, you know what, I'm not really happy with the work that I want to do. I want to do something that's more fulfilling, or I want to gun for a promotion, or I actually want to plan some traveling by myself or with my girlfriends. I want you to get all that squared away already. I want you to get your shit in the bag. If you don't feel healthy, I want you to start getting healthier. I want you to start working out. I want you to do all of those things. Because what does that do? When we have all of those other things set in our lives, and when we have control over that, we get very grounded and we have a solid foundation. And when we have these good foundations, we can build confidence. And when we're confident, we're going to know how to date better. And we are certainly going to know how to attract and magnetize and pick better partners. Because what I see time and time again with the women that I coach, who are, you know, women who are 45 and better, who are successful and all of that, they're still working with some self-esteem issues, or they're still working with some baggage they haven't addressed with their ex-husbands or their ex-boyfriends. And then they bring that in to when they're dating new men, and they are basically blaming the men for the things that they haven't dealt with. Or they're putting all these unfair high expectations on a man on the first date, thinking, well, is this gonna be my boyfriend? Oh, wait, he ghosted me. Oh, now I feel horrible. Now I can't face rejection, blah, 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 blah. Instead, what you need to do is get your resilience, is get your confidence, is get your courage, and work on all of that. So those are excellent foundations before you even say yes to the next date. Because what I don't want any of you guys doing is what I like to call as a dating coach, deficit dating. That you're going and you're dating and you're trying to find somebody who's going to fix some hole for you, who's going to fill some void in your life. No. Take the first 4 months, to figure that shit out yourself. And if you're like, well, Martha, I've been trying to do that for months, if not years, and I haven't figured it out, now what? Don't worry, you know, I've got you. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, how I can actually help you accelerate that before you even go on your next date. So that is the first step of having an awesome love life, having an awesome year in dating. Counterintuitively is do not date for the first 4 months. And I mean that, you ladies. I really want to hold you to that. Okay, so step 2, how to have an awesome love life in 2023. This is actually my favorite, and I do get a lot of pushback on this when I tell my clients this. And so, yeah, hard truth here. I don't want you guys to online date. Yeah, I know there's like a collective gasp. I know that you guys are probably going to come for me or not, because the women I work with at midlife who are mature and sophisticated, they don't even want to online date. And so if you're the type of woman who's like, you know what, I want to find love this year, I want to date better this year, I want to date successfully this year, but I don't even want to online date, you have come to the right community. Because what I have found with my clients, that the reason that they get so discouraged and so jaded with the dating process is they've become way too reliant on online dating to begin with. Now, here's the thing. If you want to online date and you like that variety and all of that, that's fine. But that should literally only be like 10 to 15% of your dating portfolio. You would not invest all your hard-earned money and all of your cash in one tech stock. Ask any of these guys who like lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in cryptocurrency. They were dumb, sorry, not sorry, because they put all their money all in cryptocurrency. And what happened? It went to shit. That is the same thing that happens to you if you are 100% reliant on online dating to meet men. You're putting all your talents, all your gifts, all of your socialization into an app that was created by a bunch of nerds who didn't even want to talk to women in the first place. Come on, ladies. You guys can do better than that. And I can show you how to do better than that. So, reason why I really don't want you guys to online date, but if you're like, you know what, after 4 months I do, I would highly encourage you as your coach and your mentor to just make that a part of a portfolio, a tiny sliver of the dating pie. Because what's happening is when you do online date, it's kind of like eating junk food, that you go and you are reducing a whole person, and they're doing the same to you, unfortunately. You are reducing a whole person with their experiences and their talents and their communication and the way that they could love you into one or a couple of pictures that, let's face it, because it's men, they really don't take good profile pictures. So unfortunately, they're doing the same thing to you as well. That there is a guy who's like sitting in his basement, or he's waiting in traffic, or he's on the metro, swipe right, swipe left, and he just sees a picture, and maybe, you know, it wasn't like the best picture of you, but you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'll put it up there. And he is just foregoing all these other incredible things that you can offer before he even meets you and talks to you, just by one picture that he didn't like. And so I don't want you guys putting your love life and your future happiness and your future ability, which I know you will do, to finding great, secure, beautiful, incredible love with an emotionally available, financially secure man who's already going to therapy and has kids, but they're all in college and he has a good relationship and all that. I don't want you putting all of those hopes and dreams on one random algorithm that, let's face it, like I said before, was created by guys who didn't even know how to socialize in the first place, didn't even know how to talk to women. And because they knew they couldn't do that, they just put you to AI and put you in an algorithm. You're better than that. You're more sophisticated than that. And because of that, I don't want you relying on the online dating. Like, bottom line, you deserve to have connections and to meet incredible men and to have wonderful experiences and getting out there and getting curious and exploring. You deserve to have that in real life. Now, I know, and I say this with irony because I'm doing this with you guys virtually, and I do my coaching all virtually through Zoom as well, that I know I say this with irony because I am doing this with you via technology, but to really get out there and communicate and have a good time and make connections and learn about people and learn about yourself, most importantly, you got to get off the apps. So we have discovered and we have covered the fact that I want you to guys take time off for yourself first before you enter the pool intentionally. And then I've also spoken with you about, I don't want you all online dating. And so you're like, Martha, what do you want from us? This is bullshit. You're telling me that I can't date for 4 months. You're telling me that, you know, this one thing that I have been using to meet men, although maybe not successfully, is something I can't even use. What am I going to do? Like, what the hell do you even want me to do then? So this is where I come in, and this is where that I can help you, that I can actually show you, and I'm happy to share with you. If you want to put in the comments or, you know, reach out to me afterwards, Martha, how am I even supposed to meet men out and about? I actually have plenty of information about that on my blogs, on my Instagram and whatnot. And that is actually something that I do a super wonderful deep dive into in my Ready for Love group coaching program that starts in February, that I'm going to share with you all in just a little bit. Because you don't have to online date. There is literally, and I don't care how small of a town you live, I don't care how large of a city you live, there are always options to get out there and make connections and meet people, have fun, learn about yourself, learn new things, as well as maybe meet new people and have that kind of social interaction. And so if you want to know how to figure out how to do that yourself, if you're like, I'm not going to do another fucking meetup group because I'm tired of hiking, I hate hiking, or I don't want to go to a book club because it's just girlfriends drinking wine, and how am I supposed to meet my secure man there? Let me know if that is something that you want to do like a deep dive on, because I can certainly help with that. And Ready for Love certainly shows you how to do that. So more on that in just a minute. But we are coming to the third kind of formula, the third step in the formula for having the best dating year ever. So we have talked about, remember, don't date for 4 months. I want you to fix your shit. I want you to be intentional. I don't want you to online date because it's reducing you to an algorithm and you're better than that. And so for the third one is no more blaming everybody else for your dating woes. And look, I dealt with this as well, to be vulnerable with you, that I remember when I got divorced in 2011, I ended up just being in some really terrible, really shit show rebound relationships with men that I should not have been in any type of, I should not even like given the time of day to, but there I was. And so I remember feeling so low, meeting all these guys online, being in, yeah, I'll admit it, some pretty inappropriate relationships with some senior ranking people in the organization that I was in. And I was just having a horrible time, like that first, I would say 12 months to 18 months of my being divorced and dating again. And what I found was I was blaming everybody else but myself for my lack of romantic luck. And so the first person I was blaming was my ex. I was like, well, this guy was a jerk. And had he actually, you know, been the husband I needed him to be, I wouldn't even be in that situation, you know, and I was so pissed at him. And then I remember getting really pissed at his sister, although she lived like an ocean away, because I'm like, oh, well, you know, you should have taught your brother. This was ridiculous, you guys. I was like, well, she should have taught her brother to be a better husband. I know, I was spiraling. It was ridiculous. So I don't want you to blame your ex. And I have a lot of clients who are like, well, my ex-husband was a jerk and he made me feel bad, and that's the reason I'm not having luck at love now. Or my recent ex-boyfriend, you know, it's just a situationship and he keeps coming back and he keeps sending me booty call text messages, and he's the reason that I can't find decent love, and I'm repeating this cycle. Your ex is not your problem. That is not the reason that you're not seeing the results that you want to with love. Your city where you live is not the problem. Because you guys, I hear this all the time that, you know what, if I just lived in a different city, if I just lived in a bigger town, I hear this all the time. I hear this from clients in Shanghai. I hear this from clients in New York City. I hear this from women I work with in Los Angeles. I hear this from women in London as well, that, oh, I just need to live in a new city because there's no good men here. I'm like, well, quit blaming your city. That is not the reason why, because I guarantee you, if you don't fix the shit that's going on and you don't fix your strategy, it doesn't matter where you go, you're still going to have some of the same issues that are making you not as successful at love. So we're not blaming our exes anymore. We're not blaming the cities. Now, that's not to say that maybe your ex was a jerk, whatever. That has no effect on what we need you to do to have a successful dating life in 2023. In addition, your parents or your upbringing, or, you know, maybe you grew up in a conservative religion and, you know, that's shame-based and all that stuff. While that was in the past, that is not the reason that you are dealing with the things that you are right now. It could affect it, but we need to understand, because guess what, you guys, we are grown-ups now. We're all successful women who are 40 and better, who we have our own financial situations. We're financially successful. We're financially dependent. We're running a household. If we have kids at home, we're taking care of them. If we have adult children, let's face it, we're still taking care of them. We are already doing all of those things, and we know how to do that. And we're not blaming anybody if we're not successful at that, because we're taking responsibility and we have a plan for that financial success, for that career success, for going out with our girlfriends, for running a household, for planning for our retirement. And because of that, I know you guys already have the skill sets to date successfully. But in order to date successfully at 2023, we don't blame anybody anymore. It ain't your ex's fault. He was a jerk, but it ain't his fault. It ain't your parents' fault. I love to blame my parents all the time because I grew up in a pretty conservative Catholic household in rural America. And I was like, well, they're the reason that I don't have command of my sexuality and my body. And they're the reason that, I always feel like I'm being easy or whatever. No. That was in the past. We are here in January of 2023. We do not blame anybody anymore. We are going to take radical responsibility for our success. We are now driving the ship. That is what we are doing. And so we need to change our own approach to how we're dating. Because what is that Einstein quotation that we would always hear, like in 6th grade, that like insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same result. If you tend to date in the same way that you did in 2019 or 2020 and kind of 2021 are a wash, right? But if you are doing the same approach that you had in 2018, 2019, or 2022, going online, going to a meetup, and you're just not having luck, it's not that you're unlucky at love. No, absolutely not. It's not that. And I don't want you to feel like it's time to give up on love, or you've already had your chance at love and you should just resign yourself to being alone and dying alone in a house with like 18 cats like my aunt. That's a whole other story, ladies. However, the one thing that needs to change is your approach. That's all. I want you to think about if you ever tried to get healthy or if you wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and you might have not been working out as much, or you were working out, but things were just like not seeing the results. That doesn't mean that you were incapable of losing weight. It just meant that you needed to change your approach. When you were managing your finances, that let's say you were making good money, as a professional, but you're like, why is my savings rate terrible? Why can't I seem to save? Why am I not, putting into my retirement like I want to? Oh, that just means I'm bad at money. No, it doesn't. What you did is you met with a financial advisor, or you got honest with yourself and you changed your approach, and then you started to see the results. So if that is something that you want to do for dating, if you really want this, if this is your goal to learn how to date for your age, we're not going to date like we're in high school anymore, ladies. No, we're too mature for that. We're too sophisticated for that. If you want to really date in a mature, sophisticated way, that is at your level, that is at your elevated level as a woman who is educated and successful and has all of your stuff handled, you cannot date like you did in high school or college or in your 20s. So you're like, well, Martha, I don't know any other way to date. So what the hell am I supposed to do? This is where I can come in. So if you want to have that great love life, if you want to learn how to date better at 40 and above, and you don't want to be dealing with the bullshit and the swiping right or left, or the guys from booty call, or being in a situationship with a man who says he's separated, but he's been saying that for a year and he still goes and sees his wife or whatever. If you don't want that anymore, and if you want that extra support, because let's face it, dating and trying to figure out how to do that by yourself can be very lonely. It can be very isolating, and it's completely reasonable to see why you feel jaded and you're ready to give up. And I don't want you feeling like that by doing the same patterns and all the bullshit that you did years past in order to find love in 2023. No, we're going to burn this shit down, and we are going to come like a phoenix and have an incredible, wonderful foundation so you can learn how to date successfully before you even go on that first date. So if you want that support, and you want to have that direction, and you want to be in an incredible community of other women who are just like you, so y'all are working together and supporting one another and laughing and sharing stories, Ready for Love can definitely help you with that. And I'd love to share with you what that means exactly. You lovely ladies have probably been seeing that. If you are a subscriber to my newsletter, you have probably seen that. If you follow my Instagram, or if you're a part of the Empowered Dating for Women Facebook group. So let me just kind of explain to you, like in person, what that means exactly. If you're, especially if you're kind of a, if you're a visual reader, and you're just like, I don't want to, you're a visual person and you're like, I don't want to read all your bullshit, Martha. So let me just share this with you right now. Ready for Love is my exclusive small group coaching program that is specifically for women at midlife who want to find love but are feeling a little bit discouraged right now. So what do we mean by midlife? For me, that means anybody who's in their 40s and better. My clients, especially in the last Ready for Love, were anywhere between like 45 to 72. But it is exclusively for women who have been around for a minute. They might have been in prior relationships that didn't work out. They've been in long-term relationships, and they know that they want something better. Maybe they're not looking for a ring on their finger. Maybe they've already had their kids, and so they're past that point. You're evolved from that. You're not the 20-year-old who's looking for a husband, or the 30-year-old whose biological clock is ticking. Save that for the younger gals. Let them have that. So the women that I teach and I love working with, and I work with exclusively, are the women at midlife who are over 40. And so what we do in that small group container, it's for 4 months, right? So it's no coincidence that I told you guys, oh, don't date for 4 months, but it is a small container. I limit it to 8 women because I want that attention that I can give to all of you guys and the expertise that I can share with you guys one-on-one. And what it's going to teach you is a dating detox. So that's why I don't let y'all date for 4 months. It's a dating detox where we get to focus on working on you, particularly what has worked for you, the things that you like, your non-negotiables, focusing on you and not the distracting guy who's like not texting you back. We're focusing on you and not the men, which is completely different than other dating programs out there that basically say, oh, go date and go have fun and put yourself out there, but they don't give you the good foundational strategy. You are going to get that in Ready for Love, and I can't wait to show you that. In addition, you are going to get the Dating DNA framework. Now, the Dating DNA framework is something that I have developed exclusively in my 7+ years of coaching midlife women on recovering from prior relationships and getting into healthy, secure relationships with incredible men at midlife and beyond. So that is what we focus on, is a dating detox, so you can purge all of the bad patterns, all the limiting beliefs, all the bad habits that you are still bringing into your dating, which is making you feel distracted and jaded. We're going to purge that, cleanse that, and then we are going to give you, and you're going to learn your own unique dating DNA framework. So what does that mean? What is that going to give you? The result of that is you are going to have complete courage so you can date successfully at midlife. Because the one thing that I deal with all my clients, and I've worked with about 80 probably in about the past 7 or so years, is they're terrified to find love again. They're very scared, and they'll think of every excuse in the book because they actually are very scared of that rejection. They're terrified they're going to find somebody and fall deeply in love with them, only to be heartbroken again, or only to lose them. So the dating detox and the framework is actually going to build up your courage so you can date fearlessly. It's going to give you absolute clarity on what is actually going to work in order for you to date right for your age, not dating like everybody else is in their 20s and 30s. We're beyond that, ladies. We're better than that. My program, think of that is like flying in economy class. No, we don't fly in economy class anymore. We are flying in minimum business class. And that is what we are doing. We are giving you the clarity and that foundation to really understand how you should date at midlife before you even go on that first date again. And it's also going to give you that confidence, that sexy confidence, that confidence in, you know who you are, you know what to give, you know what you're not available for. And what is that going to do? That it's going to make you feel abundant and magnetic. And when you have kind of that energy, you are going to start attracting incredible men. Because when you don't have that yet, and you're dating like a scared little girl, and you're dating out of scarcity, and you're dating out of desperation, you are only going to get the shitty men who send you the you up text messages and send you the dick pics, or don't call you after you're intimate with them once or twice, and all of that. We do not do that anymore because we are grown-ass women. And if we want grown-ass love that is worthy of us, we need to learn how to date better. And that is what Ready for Love is going to do for you. It's going to give you, through the Dating Detox program and through the Dating DNA framework, it's going to give you that courage, that clarity, and that confidence so you can date successfully at midlife. And so then you can naturally attract incredible men and find that love that you desire. So best of all, and this is what I love, and this is how Ready for Love is completely different than other dating coaches and other dating programs out there, is you are going to learn all of that strategy and all of that framework before you even go on your first date. You are going to be mine in this container for 4 months. So you're going to learn all those things and be able to practice that and apply it. You're going to go on practice dates. We're going to have group sessions. We're going to have all these incredible things. So you are going to feel confident and you're going to know exactly what you need. And you're going to be completely mindful of all of that before you even go on your first date. That is the Ready for Love difference, is you are going to get that before you go out and you flounder and you do things and you don't have the strategy and you get discouraged. No, we are building that incredible foundation. So here's my promise to you. If you are willing to give me 4 months, if you are willing to join me in this Ready for Love program that starts that second week of February, so it's about February 7th, February 8th, it's on a Tuesday. If you are willing to give me that, I promise you, I guarantee you, here is my program guarantee. Here's my coaching guarantee for you ladies. You will learn how to date for your age so you can find the love you desire and you can find the love you deserve. 4 months. So instead of another year or 18 months or 2 years of just randomly swiping right or swiping left, instead of another, God knows, year, 18 months or 2 years of being set up by people that you're not really attracted to, who are being weird, or instead of another, 18 months of getting intimate with somebody too quickly and then they ghost you and then you feel bad, instead of repeating the same patterns that have led you to feel jaded and discouraged and ready to give up on love in the first place, give me 4 months. And I'm going to give you that foundation that shows you how to date right. So you'll have that dating detox, so you won't repeat any of the behaviors or patterns that no longer serve you. You're going to get that dating DNA framework that's going to give you that courage to date and put yourself out there fearlessly. It's going to give you the confidence to do that with ease. And it's going to give you that clarity to know what you really, really should be looking for. And hint, it's not the stuff that you've been looking for all of these years. So what you're going to receive in just 4 months together when you join the small group coaching container is we're actually going to have live training, weekly live training that is going to show you how to thrive at love at midlife. In addition to that, you're going to have weekly group coaching calls. So with a small group of other incredible women just like you, and I just had some recent Ready for Love graduates talk about how at first they felt like it was a competition and that made them feel weird, but they're like, no, oh my God, that wasn't the case at all. And these women are like, they're off like chatting, they're getting together like for like a get together like in Chicago, like everybody's like having a good time, and these incredible friendships with women who are in the exact same position as you. And so being able to kind of form that sisterhood with them, you're going to get that with the weekly live training. You're going to get that with the weekly live group coaching calls. You're also going to have lifetime recorded access to all of those coaching calls and the trainings, and you're going to be able to look at those and learn from those again and again and again on your own time without feeling rushed for the rest of your life, although I know you're not going to need that for the rest of your life. You're also going to get 6 one-on-one private mentoring sessions with me. So every other week, in addition to those coaching calls and the weekly group trainings, you and I are going to be working together one-on-one. So you're going to get that individualized attention that is unique to your dating experience, your background, your limiting beliefs, and we're going to work one-on-one together. In addition to those, you're going to get 2 sessions with a certified energy healer. It's going to help you dig out internal blocks that are going to let you release some of these limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you. And I've done those programs and my clients have, and it's incredible. And just those 2 sessions with an energy healer is completely going to release these blocks that you don't even know, that you're not even aware of. It's voodoo, it's magic, but it's goddamn amazing. And you are going to get it within the 4-month mastermind with me. You're also going to have a private Facebook community, but we're actually changing that to a WhatsApp group because that's what most of the women like, where you're going to feel constantly supported and validated. The women love this. They bring ideas. We're sharing podcasts. We're sharing videos. It's this wonderful community and accountability that you get even between the sessions. And then you'll also get private text message access to me, where if you ever need anything from me, or if you're ever struggling with anything from me, you are actually going to have me at your disposal and working through that. I am 100% invested in your success in this program. And my guarantee to you is that if you don't have that clarity and that confidence to go out and date successfully after our 4 months together, I am going to work with you for free until you do. Because I am that dedicated to you, and I'm that dedicated to showing you how to date right so you can actually have this incredible, amazing love that you desire and that you deserve. And then we also have an alumni group afterwards that if you got more, that's popping now. Our most recent Ready for Love ended in December, and these ladies are at it. It's so much fun. I love seeing them grow and just really form these friendships and feel very confident dating. They're already dating again, which is very, very exciting. So this is the announcement that I have, that as of today, the official enrollment for Ready for Love is taking place. Now, I know you guys probably saw in my newsletters or in the Facebook group or online that I did some early bird registration, but those spots have already been filled. But we are now doing the no bullshit official launch for Ready for Love. So you're going to see me talking a lot about this all throughout January. But the reason I'm talking about it is because I am so excited, and I want you guys to truly learn how to date and have a successful dating and love life in 2023, because I know it's possible for you. I know you're going to find the love of your life. I know you're going to attract a wonderful man who is going to listen to your needs and who's not going to be like your jerk off ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. I know you're going to do that. I know you have that in you to date right and to organize, because you've done that with all these other areas of your life. And I'm going to show you how to actually apply that badassness that you have everywhere else in your love life, just like I did for the other 6 incredible women who went through the fall version. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the Ready for Love and all of the group guarantees and everything you get and who's it for and the frequently asked questions and all those details, I would invite you right now, and you can Google this right now, that's fine. You can multitask, I'm okay with that. I want you to go to the sales page right now. It's at marthabodyfelt.com/ready-for-love. Or if you're like, you know what, Martha, I've got a short attention span, and I don't think you do because y'all are watching this, so love you for that. I'm actually just ready to hop on a call with you and see what's up. I just want to walk through it. I don't want to read the sales page. I just have some questions or some hesitations that I'd love to chat with you about. Go and book a no pressure, no BS discovery call with me. That's our next steps call. And so you can do that. And I'm going to put these in the chat notes afterwards. I'm going to send it in the email. So don't even worry about that. If you're not writing it down now, that's fine. That is calendly.com/Martha/ready for love next steps, all those hyphens. So I'm going to leave this up after the call, and I have a special offer for you. And I know I talked about this in the group as well as in the newsletter, that what I want to offer you is this: that if you book a next steps call by January 18th, so if you book that by next Wednesday. So if you want to book it tomorrow, the calendar's open. If you want to book it on Wednesday, if you want to book it on Friday or during the weekend, or even if you're busy and you're already going to be doing stuff for MLK or whatnot, as long as you book that call with me to discuss the next steps for you, as long as you do that by January 18th, I'm going to give you 2 things. I'm going to give you $1,000 off the investment of this program. Pretty good. I don't hate that. That's like a round trip business class ticket from DC to LA, right? Or like a round trip economy ticket to Australia, whatever. So as long as you do that, I'm going to give you $1,000 off the program. I am going to give you a discount if you want to pay in full. And I am going to give you an additional one-on-one session with me. And those one-on-one sessions are about $500. So you are going to get that extra $500. You are going to save $1,000. And if you want to book in full, I'm going to give you a discount on all that. Now, if you want to know what that looks like, and if you want a little bit more information about that and you want to walk through that, I am happy to stay online right now. I'll turn the recording off, that's fine. Or I am happy to see you on that next Ready for Love Next Steps call. So for those of you who are in the Facebook group, as well as for those of you who are in my email list, I am going to be sending this email with this information out in the next couple starting tomorrow. So that is what we have. That is what you need to have incredible next 2023 and make this your year ever. 3 easy steps. I don't want you to date for 4 months. I want you to get focused on yourself, and you can do that by yourself, or you can join me and do that with me as well, which will make it a lot easier with guaranteed results. In addition, I don't want you to online date. I want you to go ahead and make those connections with other folks, because online dating isn't really serving you, and it's actually going to make you feel very frustrated and dejected and having you give up on love, and we are not doing that anymore. In addition, I don't want you blaming anybody else. That's in the past. Yeah, they might have fucked your shit up before, but that is in the past. And I want you to take radical responsibility and get very grounded in what you need to do to date successfully. So those are the 3 things. And the 4th thing is, I would invite you and take this opportunity to invest in yourself, invest in your love life, and join us for our small group coaching with the Ready for Love. Now, enrollment is officially open, and we're going to have enrollment through the rest of January. We start February 7th and we end at the beginning of June, right after Memorial Day. I want to see you there, because you know what? You deserve to invest in yourself. You deserve to have the strategy and the plan so you can date successfully, so you can avoid the psychos and the creeps and the weirdos and the scammers. You deserve to have that courage that I'm going to show you how to get effortlessly, as well as that clarity and that confidence, so you can finally attract men who are worthy of you and who are worthy of your heart. So if you want these things, and I know you're going to get those, because I know love is there for you and you are open to love, and you will find that. You're perfectly capable of doing that. But when you join me with the rest of the other women in the incredible Ready for Love program, you're going to get that with an incredible foundation, and you're going to get that so much faster than doing it yourself. So I want to see you there. So I want you to call. I want you to go ahead and book a next steps call. It's no pressure, no BS. We'll just see if this is the next step for you. And if not, that's fine too. I can definitely give you some other suggestions that might work instead. But have faith in yourself, have faith in the process, and book that next steps call right here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, a wonderful rest of the week, and I truly cannot wait to see you on that call. Bye.